Salutations, respected viewers. This is George from Ireland. Here I am in front of McEwan Hall, Edinburgh. So this is the Great Hall of the university. And look up. It's round, it's domed, vaguely resembles the Royal Albert Hall. I wonder if it's consciously or unconsciously modelled on that. Anyhow, look at the illustration up in the middle above the door. You can see some chap kneeling down and someone in Chancellor's robes putting something on his head. Is it a cap? And the Chancellor, it looks a bit like, what's his name, King Edward VII, or indeed the Marquis of Salisbury. I'm not sure who it is. I should have done my homework before I started making this video. So there is a rector of the university who's elected, who served for a few years. Famously, Gordon Brown was elected whilst as an undergraduate, way back in about 1972. And he's elected by, I think it's the current students actually. Up until then it was usually establishment figures, very wealthy businessmen or superannuated politicians, people like that who were elected to this post. So I think it was unprecedented for an undergraduate to be elected. They also have a student representative council, but that's a little bit different. Anyway, so this is called McEwan Hall because William McEwan, the brewer, he donated the money. And you can see up there the Latin inscription. Is it here? And it's saying how he donated this to the University of Edinburgh in 1894. So he made so much money from the undergraduates of purchasing his beer back in those days. Born 1827, died in 1913. So graduation ceremonies and other huge ceremonies, occasionally concerts take place in here. And right now there's a Brainiac thing, some sort of science show going on. There'll be lots of bangs and pyrotechnics, so watch out if you're epileptic, not recommended. So Edinburgh University is consistently in the top 50 universities in the world. It's long been regarded as the best university in Scotland. So St Andrews is older than this one, but this one was founded in the late 16th century under the reign of King James VI. He's known as King James VI in Scotland. In Ireland, Wales or England, he'd be King James of that name, the first. So that's McEwan Hall, well worth looking around. So Edinburgh University has got an outstanding reputation for medicine. It does really all the mainstream subjects. And undergraduate degrees here are 4 years in all cases, right? Most Scottish universities is 4 years because people in Scotland usually finish school at the age of 17. And then, however, after those 4 years, you do get an MA immediately. They don't do bachelor's degrees, bizarrely. So the 4 ancient Scots universities, St Andrews, Edinburgh, Glasgow, and Aberdeen, you go straight to an MA. But it's not a postgraduate MA, so it can lead to some confusion. You could exploit the misunderstanding to your advantage. Most people in the United Kingdom wouldn't realise you've actually only got an undergraduate degree. People in the rest of the world certainly won't know you've only got an undergraduate degree. They might say, where's your bachelor's degree? So, because people in Scotland, they do hires when they finish school, an exam called hires in several subjects. And they could stay on for school for an extra year and do advanced hires, which are some of the same subjects, not as many, but just doing them at a higher level. So for the more competitive courses, such as medicine or the better universities, people often had to stay on that extra year, but that's become more and more common. So that's that. McEwan Hall in Edinburgh University.